with a curly bracket is an arithmetic sequence if it can be written in A is the first term, and you add D, and from A you add what again? You add D again and again. And so basically if you're adding a common difference, that's arithmetic sequence. What if you add 1 and then 2 and 3? It has a certain pattern to it, but is it a common difference? No. It has to be the same number every time that you add it. Okay? So here's the first form that you need to know how to write it. It's called recursive. So recursive is the one that you're using the preceding term. You see how when you're looking for the nth term, let's say it's the 5th term, then what is m minus 1 term? 5 minus 1 is the 4th term, right? So if this is the 5th term that you're looking at, then this is the 4th term. And what do you do from the previous term? You add D. So recursive form is easy to write, but hard to evaluate. So again, recursive is very easy to write because you just gotta write previous term, which is n minus 1 term, plus D all the time. But it's hard to evaluate it because if you were looking for the 100th term, you need to have a 99th term in order to find the 100th term. And in order to find the 99th term, you need to have 98th term, and you have to actually go back to whatever you have. And explicit, this is called the explicit. Explicit is hard to write, but easy to evaluate. If you're looking for the 100th term, you can just put 100 to n, and you can easily find the number. So let's go ahead and try an example. A, find the common difference on this sequence. What are we doing each time? We're adding 3 each time, right? So what's the common difference? 3. What if number is decreasing? Then the common difference will be a negative number. Okay? B, what's the 10th term? So here's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You can go ahead and list it. And this is what you can do on the calculator. So you can use a graphing calculator to do this. Or adding 3 is not hard. You can just go ahead and list them. But I want to show you how you can use a calculator. You start from negative 2. And you're adding 3. And then what are you doing? Just press plus 3. And then after, if you repeat the same job twice, after that, you can just press enter. So this is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Did you guys know that you can do that? The calculator can do more than what you think can do. C, recursive. For recursive, you have to give me 2 things. The first thing is always you have to give me the very first term. Because if you don't have the first term, you cannot find the second term, right? So you have to always give me the first term, which is negative 2. And then, what was the recursive? A, the nth term, equals to what? You start from what? The previous term, which is n minus 1. And here, what are we doing each time to the previous term? You're adding 3. So you have to give me these 2. Please go ahead and box it. Some of you forget to give me the first term and just give me the recursive. You have to give me both. Again, recursive is easy to write, hard to evaluate. What about D? D is the explicit rule. So what do you do for explicit rule? Arithmetic has a common difference, which could be explained as a rate of change. So it's a linear function. It's a line, straight line. So you can use y equals mx plus b, or this right here. This will be given to you on the formula sheet. So it is an equals to, what's a1? First term, which is negative 2, plus n minus 1, what's the d? common difference, which is 3. So can I leave it like this? No, you have to simplify it. So distribute 3 to those two terms. So I get a(n) equals to negative 2 plus 3n minus 3, which becomes, put the n first, 3n minus 5. So that is your final answer. Doesn't it look like y equals mx plus b? What does 3 stand for? Slope, which is the rate of change, which is the common difference, isn't it? Wasn't the common difference 3? Then guess what negative 5 stands for? What's y-intercept? It's the 0th term. But sequence, would they ever give you the 0th term? They only start with first term, so you have to look for this term right here, which won't be given on the sequence. So if you go back, you have to subtract 3, so that must be what? Negative 5, which is your y-intercept. So you can use y equals mx plus b or that formula.